O Rio de Janeiro continua sendo.
Imagine the Rio de Janeiro coastline in 1967. The sun is still high, but the sea breeze already invites laziness. On the sand, families on picnics share space with young couples, all under the watchful eye of the mate and Globo biscuit vendors. The still black and white boardwalk pulsates with the coming and going of people. Some play Altinho, others just enjoy the movement in the sea. Few waves break, and some surfers risk maneuvers. The year 1967 was one of contrasts in the world. The Vietnam War and student protests. In Rio, the beauty of the beach and the inviting shade of the beach umbrellas. For now, the afternoon is just peace and quiet. Welcome to the RVC Classic Cars channel. Are you looking for a cultural and automotive channel that creates a unique experience for viewers? You've found it. Welcome to the RVC Classic Cars channel. In the time of tumultuous changes and cultural revolutions, the year 1967 stands out as a golden page in the annals of history. An era in which the vibrant colors of the hippie movement mixed with the revolutionary sound of the Beatles. While the world was captivated by the vision of men flying beyond the stars, of free love to the cry of peace. That was a year marked by the effervescence of counterculture and the search for a new horizon of freedom of expression. Join us on this journey of nostalgia and rediscover the moments that shaped the year 1967, remembering to like and share this video. And if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, subscribe. So let's go to the video. Now let's get to the facts that marked the year 1967. The Vietnam War continued. At the end of the year, the number of American soldiers reached 463,000, with 16,000 combat deaths to date. It was also in that year that Bolivian soldiers killed Che Guevara in the village of La Higuera, Bolivia. The British band, the Beatles, released on June 1st, 1967, their first concept album, in which all the songs are connected. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was one of the best-selling albums in the history of popular music. The three crew members of Apollo 1, Gus Grissom, Edward White and Roger Chaffee, died in a fire during a test on January 27, 1967. This is considered one of the greatest tragedies in American space history. Few wars were so short and had such broad and lasting consequences. Between June 5th and 10th, 1967, Israel simultaneously faced the armies of Egypt, Syria and Jordan and imposed a crushing defeat on all of them in the conflict known as the Six Day War. Called the Summer of Love, it was a social phenomenon with manifestations in various parts of the world in mid-1967 during the Northern Hemisphere summer. The Peace March took place on April 15, 1967, in New York. It is considered a milestone in the beginning of this social phenomenon. Boxer Muhammad Ali was banned from boxing for his refusal to be inducted into the United States Army. In 20 minutes, the jury found him guilty and he was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison. He appealed in 1971 to the Supreme Court, which overturned his conviction. In Brazil, on January 24, 1967, a new constitution was approved. It was the 6th constitution of our country, and Brazil's name was changed to the Federative Republic of Brazil and remained in force until the next constitution of 1988. Regarding soap operas in Brazil, TV Globo broadcasted the soap opera Rainha Luca, a period soap opera that aired between February 20th and December 16th, 1967. Another soap opera from 1967 was Anastasia, a Mulher Sem Destino, which was declining in audience that year when Jeanette Claire was called by TV Globo to avoid the catastrophe. The solution would be another catastrophe, where Jeanette Claire invented an earthquake to kill 35 characters without direction in the soap opera and thus resume the thread of the story. In the 3rd Festival de Música Popular Brasileira, promoted by TV Record, first place went to the song Ponteio by Edu Lobo and Capinam. And now let's see the most played songs on Brazilian radio in 1960.
Prepare-se para ver os novos modelos Volkswagen 67. Eles já estão à solta. O sedã Volkswagen de 36 HP vem agora com um motor de 46 HP. A Kombi passou de 36 para 52 HP e carrega até 1 tonelada de carga. E o Carminguia também vem com 52 HP no motor. Com estas e muitas outras inovações, eles já estão à solta.
And now, let's talk about the cars that stood out the most in 1967, starting with the luxurious Ford Galaxy. In the automotive industry, the Galaxy emerged, a car that revolutionized the year for Brazilians thanks to its fabulous interior, silence and smooth operation, which were completely unknown until then among us. Regarding the other national cars produced here, another car that was also a symbol of status in '67 was the off-series Puma, at the time still with DKW mechanics, which would soon become Volkswagen mechanics. The Simca Regente, already prepared by Chrysler do Brasil, was a simpler version of the Esplanada. The mechanics of the two models were the same in '67. The Carmen Ghia received a new 1500cc engine, replacing the old 1200cc, and its dashboard was modified. The Volkswagen Fusca Beetle also gained new breath in '67. Until then equipped with a 1200cc engine, it was now equipped with a 1300cc engine. The DKW Vemag Bell car was the last DKW model produced in the country. With a modified front, common also to the station wagon, it had a 1000cc engine with 60 horsepower in the SAE standard. It was DKW saying goodbye to the national market after being acquired by Volkswagen. Now, let's look at the sales ranking of the Brazilian market for the year 1960. Thank you very much for watching our video so far. See you next time, folks.